Well, Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Desean Jackson has apologized after getting backlash for his anti-Semitic post on Instagram. The player had posted a quote falsely attributed to Adolf Hitler about Jewish people, and Jackson said he's sorry on Instagram.
It was definitely not intended for anybody of any race to feel any type of way, especially the Jewish community. When I posted what I posted, I definitely didn't mean it to the extent that you guys took it, and I just
of the Jewish community, including New England Patriots receiver Julian Edelman, have suggested or offered for Jackson to join them on visits to Holocaust museums, even Auschwitz. But is that enough, or should Jackson be disciplined by the NFL? Well, let's ask our company. Jessica DeLoach, Democratic strategist, and Holly Turner, Republican strategist and former assistant administrator of the Small Business Administration. That's a lot to say. Hello, under President Trump. Hello to both of you.
Hey.
Hello.
Holly, let me begin with you. Is it just me? I'm not really reading too much about this in kind of the mainstream media, above the fold, the New York Times and the Washington Post and all that play. I mean, is there a double standard going on here on all of this?
Well, we'll see what the NFL decides to do and what the team decides to do. But what I do know is that the mobs on the left are certainly not treating the team or this player or the NFL in general like they do conservatives who have much less offensive things posted on their Facebook accounts. I mean, we see businesses just for supporting Trump get absolutely boycotted and torn apart, and their businesses destroyed by the mob. So we're definitely seeing in the media, but also on the left as well.
Jessica, something I think is really interesting is you actually have players coming out, and actually this Holocaust survivor as well, saying, hey, we got to be educated on this. I want to play for you really quick what Julian Edelman said to Desean Jackson. Listen to this.
Desean, let's do a deal. How about we go to D.C. and I take you to the Holocaust Museum, and then you take me to the Museum of African American History and Culture. Afterwards, we grab some burgers and we have those uncomfortable conversations.
You know, I think this is really interesting, and I love what he says there, those uncomfortable conversations, because that's where we're at, honestly. And I'm proud of him, honestly, not only because I'm a Patriots fan, but because that's what we need to stop doing, canceling each other out and actually have the conversations, actually educate each other on the topics. Do you think that's the right move, or do you think that more should be done?
Well, I don't look to the NFL to do anything that's wise when it comes to correcting the behaviors and decisions of their players, because domestic abuse has long since been an issue within the NFL, and they don't seem to care much about that. Both of these institutions of learning that Mr. Edelman named are two of my favorite places to visit in Washington, D.C. You cannot go into those places, pay attention to what's around you, and walk out with prejudiced views. You just can't do it. I thought it was such a wonderful suggestion, such a responsible suggestion. I love embracing teachable moments, and this is definitely one of those times. And it's going to take people to step up and do that, to remind society that there is actually a way forward to get to answers, just to learn from each other and to get rid of just consistent outrage that goes nowhere. At some point, you have to do something with it, and I think this was a very constructive path to be offered.
Yeah, a quick 30 seconds here, Holly. Political incorrectness, it just seems to be running amok. It seems to be part of it. I just wonder if this cancel culture is eventually going to catch up with the left, not just with the right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's working out very well for them right now. We'll see where we are in November when we have our big election. But right now, I think most of America wants to have conversations. They want to feel like they can speak their mind. And we'll see if that impacts their voting when they go to vote on Election Day.
Holly, Jessica, always appreciate your insights and glad to have you on again.
Thanks.
Nice to see you.
All right. Well, tomorrow we have a great show for you. We're talking to former ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley. She'll give us her take about the current national unrest and Trump's re-election campaign. Also, Texas Congressman Jody Arrington will join us. You don't want to miss that. That's our show. Greg Kelly Reports is up next. Greg is joined by Kellyanne Conway and Kimberly Guilfoyle.
That's going to be a good show. Thanks for being a part of our company. We hope to see you tomorrow.